Hey, Ronnie here. This video is all about nighttime off-roading. We'll cover some tips and hints about driving in the bush, the beach, sand dunes, all at night. Also, we'll get into the lighting options for your vehicle a little bit as well. Subscribers, welcome back. First time viewers, g'day. I'm Ronnie from fourwheelinginwesternaustralia.com, the four-wheel drive and camping website to help you get out there and enjoy the wilderness in the comfort of your own four-wheel drive. As you can see, we've got a sunset happening in the background here. We're in Wilbinga in Western Australia, one of the many places around Perth where you can go out four-wheel driving along the beach. Now, as soon as that sun goes down, we're going to head off and drive around and do a bit of night driving. But with night driving lights are just not enough. If you have fog lights, that'll help, give you a bit more spread. But what you really need is Spotties, and the ultimate king of off-roading at night is your LED bars. That's for like your low range sort of driving, slow driving. You're going to get maximum spread. You're going to see the corners. Sometimes you can even see into the corners. With just headlights and spotties and fog lights, you won't see it. LEDs are king. And then you got your work lights and etc. stuff like that. So we'll get into that. But the more lights you have, the better off you are. You don't need a bucket of lights to get out there and do a bit of driving, but it helps. Now with off-roading at night, it's not like a smooth paved road or tarmac. It's not smooth out here. It's all bumpy. So that shadow that you can see, it could be a pothole, a deep rut, it could be even a drop-off. So beware of that. Shadows can hide deep holes and you will get caught out. And this is where multiple lights help, and having lights on the roof will help. But some places it may not be legal to have a light on the roof, so bear that in mind. But the best light you can get is on the roof because you get nice spread. Another important point, slow and steady wins the race. Driving at night or even off-roading in most areas, you can't go too fast. Especially at night, you probably halve your speed because when you come around that corner, you haven't seen what's there until you turn the corner. Light bar on, light bar off, that's the difference. Spotties on, spotties off. Lights up a bit around the edges, but not as much as this. That's why I'm saying light bar is the best way to light up. And mine's on the roof, which gives me more spread. And I only use it off-road, I never use this on the road. When driving on the beach at night, the shoreline is very hard to see unless you have a searchlight on the side. Everything's about what's in front of you. So you really need to look up ahead. This is where your spotlights come in handy. They can spot fishermen up ahead. They can spot other vehicles because you'll get a reflection back from another vehicle. Those spotlights, they will also give you an early warning if the beach gets really narrow. That's really important because doing a recovery during the day is hard enough on a narrow beach. So imagine that at night. Sand dune driving at night. This is probably the most dangerous one. It's dangerous enough in daylight. Basically, if you've driven in there, the best course of action to get back out is to follow the tracks that you already made, because your tracks that you made, you know what has happened, how you got there, what you had to go over, how soft the sand was, what the drop-offs were like, but you got to do it in reverse, so things will be different. If you're navigating sand dunes via someone else's tracks because you got stuck out there or in low light or whatever, be very, very careful because a little mound may end up being a razorback, full-on steep drop that you may not be able to get up again. So just because someone else has left tracks there doesn't mean that they aren't stuck on the other side, or they could have come from the other way, which might have been easier or more safe to do so. Coastal tracks, you'll need to treat them just like sand dunes. Basically coastal tracks, it's a lot of just sand dunes anyway. It's just got a lot of vegetation on it, so don't be fooled. Treat them like sand dunes because they change all the time as well with the winds. There may be some tracks there, but what's on the other side may be completely different to what there was half a day or a day ago. Do check them out, be careful, follow your own tracks if you're going back out. It is the best and safest way. With bush tracks, dense bush, it is, well, in my opinion, the hardest part about that is probably finding your way through, because it's so easy to miss the side tracks. Also, if you've gone the wrong way and you've got to turn around, it is really tough to do so because you can't see anything unless you've got lights all around your vehicle. So that is one of the hardest things, is to do a 3-point turn out in the bush in the dark, especially if it's rough terrain as well. Along the bush track, LED lights, reverse lights and spotlights are all good, because on some bush tracks they can be nice and straight and go for miles. Spotlights are great, give you early warning on animal strikes, etc. With rock crawling, you really need every single light, apart from spotlights. Your bar light will help you to see in front of you. Your fog lights will help light up in front of you as well on a good spread. Rock lights are a must-have. Right in front of your front wheels is the best spot for your rock lights, because then you can see what's coming. The spotters can see what's coming, what you need to do. Also rear lights, because you will be doing some reversing occasionally. Your rear lights will help your mate behind you go forward. Unless of course your light is pointing directly into his windscreen, that won't help. So your rear lights, get adjustable ones. You can swivel down and they'll be your best friends at camp as well. Here are some examples of our vehicles with our light setup. So we'll do one at a time, and we'll even show you how much light it lights up, it casts out in front of us. What I find is the best is the light bar on the roof. It beats anything not for distance, for spread. For distance, these Spotties, you can't beat Spotties for distance. But to be honest, when we're driving around in sand dunes or you know, tight tracks, I don't actually always use my Spotties. I will sometimes, but not always. I just rely on the light bar most of the time. I also have these rock lights here. You don't get much use out here, but when you're doing rock crawling and stuff, you can hang your head out the window and you can see what's going on. Plus, people who are spotting you can give you more of a sense of where you're going as well. We are now here with the Jeep. Brian is now going to tell us which lights he has on here, and I'll ask him which light actually makes the biggest difference to him when he's off-road in the bush.
That's definitely the light bar I have put on there.
Oh, there we go, answer straight away. So you reckon light bar best? You only just got this, right? So yeah. I remember on all these other times we've gone too long in the night, you couldn't see anything unless you had that one.
Oh, that's
true?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else do you use at the same time?
Well, I got the Spotties here and I got the fog light. I just upgraded the headlights with LEDs.
Okay. With the fog light, do you actually use them?
Yeah, off-road I do.
Yeah? Okay, cool. That's the Jeep done. Here we are with Torben's Cruiser. He's now going to show us some... Jesus! You are scared of the dark.
There's lots of boogeymans out there.
I'm more scared of your light. Okay, what lights have you got on here? What lights don't you have?
Well, what I don't have, okay. So I got 35 HID light force, light bar on the front, fog lamps.
Fog lamps.
And
of course your headlights
and the sun on the roof.
And the sun on the roof, yeah.
And a couple of side lights as well.
The side lights are really cool for turning around corners and seeing what's next to you as well. Which ones make the most difference for you off-road?
The roof lights definitely make the biggest difference, because I can angle them in any direction I want.
Yeah. So there again, roof lights. Roof lights, roof lights. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you learned some tips, some good ideas about which lights to get and what will work for you and what won't work for you. But ultimately, it's all about just being careful at night time, because it is really freaking hard to see anything. So you can subscribe right here if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching. Take care out on the tracks and trails, especially in the dark. And I'll see you out there. See ya.